Good morning out there in Dutchy land. I think the lighting here is a little horrible. Let me do something about that. I've got some lights on going, but let's see what we can do about that. Let's see how I can fix up some of that with the natural lighting here that we have going on. Here in beautiful sunny downtown Van Nuys. There we go. All right, let me start over. Good morning, bougie Duchess here, coming to you from sunny, beautiful downtown Van Nuys. I've got my second cup of coffee. Ooh, do I love my caffeine. Oh, it's just rich and delicious. I've cut sugar out of my diet, not completely, sometimes sugar is in my diet, but I don't buy the granulated sugar and put any of that stuff into my coffee. So I buy stevia and I use stevia. But I'm trying to watch my sugar intake. I'm getting older and I'm spreading out wider, And there's been times that I've spread wider than I cared to. So it is one of those things that I'm acutely aware of. So some of the things I had on the schedule this morning. This morning I had to run to the bank. I had to put some things up in the safety deposit box. Things that I should not be keeping in my house, birth certificate. And I have a taste for fine jewelry. Fine jewelry. See there? Fine jewelry. I have a wonderful taste for it. But I really shouldn't be keeping, the exorbitant amount of jewelry that I have here in my apartment, because I do live in an area that tends to be vandalized quite frequently. And literally, somebody could walk out of my house, and they'd have a good week, good month, good year on, some of the stuff that I buy. So I, try to be smart about it and keep that stuff in a safety deposit box. So some of the things that I have on the schedule for today is I've got to do some video editing for the vegetarian tuna dish that I made last night. So I have to edit that, upload it to YouTube, and then I will populate it throughout my Instagram account and, of course, my Facebook page. So please remember to like us, follow us, and subscribe to the channel. And so some of the show ideas that are coming up for at least this weekend, we are going to be discussing a few topics on Hot Topics. One of them is coming by way of Cindy. And she recently posted something about landlords and an allegation that is out there, and it is not. I don't think it's beyond a landlord to do such a thing. I can remember back in days, and I'm talking about back in the day. I traded sex with a landlord for rent. So. We're going to be talking about a recent post, though. Landlords are allegedly asking for sexual favors from tenants who can't pay rent during the pandemic. Now, this is some dangerous and risky behavior, but this is the one thing I do know. Growing up and being raised in the AIDS crisis, let me wave at Tiffany and wave at Sam. Hello, my little Dutchies. Welcome to the channel. And so one of the things that I do know about sexual behavior and a disregard for health and safety, especially during a pandemic, back in the early 80s with the HIV/AIDS virus. Back then it was called GRIDS. It was called GRIDS. So let me do a little bit of education here. It was called GRIDS. It was called gay-related immune deficiency syndrome because here in the United States, it affected that population first because, of course, gay people love to have sex. Love to have love. And So it spread like wildfire throughout that community. Now, eventually it made its way into the heterosexual community and they realized the error of their ways. But back in the 80s, they ostracized a complete community based on a sexual orientation, which bad behavior out of the population here in the United States back in the 80s. But it happened. It happened, and we learned. And, you know, and I'm so grateful that the behavior that's happening now during this pandemic is a little bit better. There is some xenophobia going on. That xenophobia needs to be addressed. But part of that bad behavior might be individuals that are taking advantage of other individuals and disregarding the health measures that are being put in place for the safety and protection of the community. And this, you know, social distancing does not include these sexual favors that landlords might be asking of their tenants. You know, they're putting themselves at risk. So that will definitely be one of the hot topics that we will be discussing this weekend. And I'll give plenty of notice before we start the videoing of this hot topic so that as many of you that would like to participate in this hot topic are able to participate in this hot topic. And I'm hoping that we will start a vigorous conversation about it, because this hot topic is also going to extend to the relaxing of social distancing that is going on in the Midwest now, and some of the, you know, crazy behavior that we see. I personally don't think this virus understands social distancing rules. I don't think this virus cares about who it infects. That's not in the realm of the way a virus works. A virus, the virus's only mission is to find a host, and it will continuously keep finding a host. And I think this social distancing situation, being relaxed. Listen, I'm just as stir crazy as anybody else. Why do you think this channel got started? It was the birth of me talking to myself in my living room. This is how it happened. I've been having my crazy moments, and instead of doing it all by myself, talking to myself like I'm doing, I decided, turn on the video camera, start a channel, and at least if I'm talking to myself, fine. But if I'm talking to myself and I have an audience and maybe delivering a message and getting some good information out there, mazel tov, or hooray, or whatever other exclamatory phrase you would like to use. But I think the message I'm trying to deliver here is one of safety, one of care, and one that will hopefully transcend the ages. Because I don't think that this is going to be the last time that this situation is going to pop up. It's just going to have a different name. It popped up in the 80s. It was called HIV. It's popped up now. It's called the COVID. And sometimes different variations of these viruses pop up and they become dangerous momentarily. For example, the swine flu. It caught us off guard about 10 years ago. We thought it was pretty much well eradicated. Smallpox came back, caught us off guard. The measles, oh my God, caught us off guard. This is not the last time that something is going to happen that catches us off guard. So the wonderful thing that we can start doing today is start implementing habits that take care of our health. That's all I got for you this morning. Stay tuned. Later this afternoon, I have a friend stopping by. We are going to be practicing some social distancing and some protection, but we're going to be making a lemon pie. I believe it is a Peruvian lemon pie. So stay tuned for that. I will be doing some filming and some videoing of that. We'll be doing it live, straight from my kitchen here in beautiful sunny downtown Van Nuys. Enjoy your morning. Have a fantastic day. This is the Bougie Duchess saying goodbye and I love you. Remember, like us, follow us, and subscribe. Bye now. Mwah.